next year on the three-peat. So congratulations to all of you. We will recognize the leaders of your program, that is the coaches, the coordinator, the trainer, the president, board members, and then we'll go right into the awardees, right? So let's start with, and I have a couple of former students who I always love to tease. So I knew her when she was your age, maybe a little older, but first one we want to recognize is the head coach, Miss Brittany Legault. She's, I hope, as good of a coach as she was as a student, because she was wonderful and very smart, very street smart and savvy, this young lady. Still is, I think. Congratulations. The next assistant coach is Melanie Lepresti Potenza.
She's not here, but we will recognize her.
Okay, we will take that back. Melanie, we will see you on Facebook. We also have another former student of mine. Oh, before we go, we have a counselor at large, Brian Field, has joined us. He represents citywide, including Westland. He's a resident of Ward 7, so that's awesome. You'd like to come up and join us if you can, fine. We want to go to the associate coordinator. Oh, you have a nice title here, Cassandra. She is also my former student, Cassandra Jackson. Come on up. Cassie, thank you. Great job as usual. We also have Deja Stallings. You're welcome. She's one of our trainers for the Westland Papuana girls. Oh, I have it right here. We are also recognizing, I believe, a relative, Crystal Stallings, also a trainer. Come on up, Crystal. This work could not be done without your great adult leaders here, for sure.
They started on Westland when they were young.
That's right. We also want to recognize Amy Robinson, who's a board member.
That's my president!
Awesome. Amy, thank you for all the good work over the years.
That's right.
And now let's really give it up for our cheering participants. The first person we have here is Zariah Chalmers. Congratulations. And this is like recognizing, because I know you started in the mayor's office, I think, around 6:30, and now you're coming up to the council at 7:30, so you're like the paparazzi here. Next is Soraya Concepcion Saldana. Yeah, you should probably stand because we're going to do pictures and everything after. Yeah, just stay right up here with us. And our next awardee is Jalexiana Garcia.
Just like at the banquet. Hey, Julie!
Congratulations. Next is Janaya Caravan. Congratulations. And next we have Alyssa Miller. Congratulations. And next up we have Mariela Ortega. And Diane Fenn. Next up we have Liania Pinheiro. And Jalea Rosa. We also have Ashley Shires. I also want to recognize your ward councilor from West Lynn, Ward 7 Councilor Jay Walsh is here. Along with another Ward 7 resident, Councilor at Large Hong Net has joined us. And Councilor of Ward 6 is Peter Capano has joined us. And we also have Councilor of Ward 2, he's on the Eastland side, his name is Rick Starbid. Councilor Starbid. And we're going to do a picture, councilors, in just a minute, and we have Riley Slaney. Riley, come on up. Now, of course, there are 3 other folks that I will announce. I don't believe they're here in our audience tonight, but we will make sure the coaches get the citations to them, and they are Barbara Castro. Barbara! Oh! Surprise! Oh, I have a back page here. Where is Barbara? Is she a coach?
No, she's a mom.
You're a mom, our team mom, our booster. Did we surprise you? All right, Barbara, thank you. And how about Julie Rodriguez? Is Julie? Oh, another team mom. Oh, we have it here. Look, they did one. It was added. I think we have everybody. I don't think we missed. Okay. And then Melanie's is going to go with one of you, right? We're going to make sure we get Melanie. So we want to get some pictures.
If you guys getting close, you can do it. Just act
Want
like
to
you
have
like each
councils
other.
come up and then we'll. So these guys were number 2 in the whole country for cheerleading.
Oh, nice job. Nice job.
They're down in Disney World with hundreds of others.
Ready?
Brittany, get your butt in.
Guys, show your thinking about
Stuff. There you go.
Block your face.
All right, don't block your face. Look this way and smile.
Westwood.
All right, parents, you can do your thing. I got my stuff.
Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands,
one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty, justice for all.
Motion to accept the minutes from the March 27th. Motion made, seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Public hearings. Communications, I'm
We
sorry.
have no communications.
Public hearings.
First public hearing is petition of Fiesta Shows for a carnival to be held at Keeney Park, June 21st through the 24th, with the setup from June 18th through the 20th.
Anyone wishing to speak in favor, please come to the podium. Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Seeing none, that part of the hearing is closed. Anyone in opposition, please come to the podium. Anyone in opposition? Anyone in opposition, that part of the hearing is closed. Councilor Starwood.
Thank you, Mr. President. Motion to approve?
Second.
Motion made, roll call, seconded. Roll
Counsel
call.
Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Field?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Starboard?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes.
Next public hearing.
Petition of Thomas McGovern, Linwood Development, Inc., to construct a single-family dwelling in a business district at 52 Collins Street.
Anyone wishing to speak in favor? Please state your name and your address, sir.
Mr. President, I'm Attorney Sam Vitale. My office is at 60 Andrew Street in Lynn. I'm here on behalf of Tom McGovern. With me is the contractor, Wayne Johnson. I understand that the Councilor Starbutt's visited this site, and just briefly, this lot, the reason we're before you, is in a business district, and a residential use in a business district requires city council consent. From the early 1920s to 1979, this lot, which is on the corner of Jewett Street and Collins, had a single-family home on it. The Dealers family bought it. They have their business there. They had some plans, and at some point they changed their plans. The lot became available. Mr. McGovern has it under agreement, and he desires to build a single-family home there. And in order to do that, he needs the council's approval. We've gone before the Board of Appeals with respect to the dimensions of the lot. I've got a set of plans here. I'll ask one of the lot PAs to assist. And that's the lot. The house is a small house. It's 1,644 square feet. And I brought with me a copy of the elevation so you can get an idea how it would fit in the neighborhood. But it's a conventional small single-family home, and with the council's approval, it would then be constructed, and I think it would add greatly to that neighborhood. It cleans up a lot that, as I say, still has some remaining debris from when the home was originally there and was demolished, and I would hope that the council would look favorably upon this request. Thank you.
Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone else wishing to speak in favor? Anyone else? Seeing none, that part of the hearing is closed. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? Please come to the podium. Anyone wishing to speak in opposition? That part of the hearing is closed. What's the wish of the council? Councilor Starvin.
Mr. President, I have walked the site with Mr. McGovern and spoke with him a few times, reviewed the plans in detail. I think it would be a good addition to that neighborhood, so motion to approve.
Second. Motion made, seconded, discussion, roll call.
Counsel Barton?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Capano?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Calucci?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Seer?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Field?
Present.
Yes. Present. Counsel LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Lozey?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Starbird?
Yes.
Yes. Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes.
No other public hearings to be set down.
We have the petition of Union Variety at 888 Union Street for a sign permit. Petition of Mark Jerdian, New England Parking and Storage, Inc., for a parking and storage yard, a contractor's yard storage yard at 1069 Western Ave.
Set them down.
Motion made,
Second.
seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any other public hearings to be set down? Committee reports, Utilities Committee. Councilor Walsh.
Motion to approve unanimous vote of the committee.
Motion made to
Second.
approve, seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Ways and Means, Councilor Net.
Mr. President, I'll unanimously voted of the committee to approve and make a motion to accept it.
Motion
Second.
made, seconded. Can the clerk read?
Trans-
them.
Yep, transfer the
Transfers.
sum of $4,622.72 from the account of council expense to the account of council payroll overtime to fund unfunded line item. Transfer the sum of $151.24 from the account of fire department physical therapy expense to the account of unpaid prior year bills to fund the unexpected physical therapy expense from the prior year. Ordered that the city comptroller be and is hereby authorized to take the following action. Certify as an available fund the amount of $150,000 as allotted to the City of Lynn Police Department by the Executive Office of Public Safety and Security for the FY18 Behavioral Health Grant Initiative. Certify as an available fund the amount of $62,500 as allotted to the City of Lynn Police Department by the North Shore Medical Center for the FY18 NSMC Factor 9 grant. Certify as an available fund the amount of $398,685 as allotted to the City of Lynn School Department, specifically to LVTI, by the Executive Office of Education for the FY18 Capital Skills Grant for the new HVAC program at LVTI. Certify as an available fund the amount of $56,990 as allotted to the City of Lynn School Department by the Department of Elementary and Secondary Education for the FY18 274 IDEA Discretionary Federal Special Education Program Improvement Grant.
Motion made, seconded, discussion, roll call.
Counsel Barton?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Capano?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Calucci? Yes, Counsel Seer?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Lozey? Yes, Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Staben?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Was there an emergency on that,
Yes,
Counselor?
emergency for order, I make a motion to approve.
Motion made for an emergency on all the transfers, seconded by Peter Capano. Roll call.
Counsel Barton?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Capano?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Chakutis?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Calucci?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Seer?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Field?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel LaPierre?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Lozey?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Net?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Staben?
Yes.
Yes, Counsel Walsh?
Yes.
Yes.
License Committee, Counselor Walsh.
Unanimous vote of the committee, motion to approve.
Second. Motion made, seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Public Properties and Parks Committee.
Thank you, Mr. President. Voted to table the redemption of city-owned property at 440 Summer Street while we await additional information from the Law Department.
Second that. Motion made, seconded, all those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Any new business?
New business, Mr. President. I just wanted to congratulate and acknowledge, recognize tonight on making his pitching debut is Tyler Beatty of the San Francisco Giants. And he is the son of Lynn resident, your constituent, Mr. President, Walter Beatty. So he will be playing tonight at 10:30 out for the San Francisco Giants, and he's making his pitching debut for the Major League Baseball. So we congratulate Walter on his son, and we wish him good luck.
They are 3 hours behind us, so if you want to stay up, grab a couple of beers, kick back, relax. Thank you, Jeff. I want to, is there any other new business? I just want to make a quick, I don't know, not a statement, but a motion that we require National Grid, the Verizon, Comcast, and anybody else who has anything to do with the telephone poles or the wires in our city. It's pretty disgusting the way they leave our city when they're done with the job. There are double poles that have been all throughout the city for over a year. But what really gets me is when the cable company comes to replace the cable line on a house, and they just cut the wire if it's a different carrier that's bringing the service into the house. So I want to bring them in. I also want to, maybe put together an ordinance that if they leave wires, that we can fine them for that. Go ahead, Counselor.
Yeah, a while back, maybe, I want to say a month or so ago, at the Utilities Committee, we made a recommendation which was approved by the council here for every pole that every new double pole situation, that they would have to remove a pole. Now, who is checking that? I mean, I don't know, we don't have a way.
Here's how I say we check it.
But when what I'm saying is, when they have to do a poll like that, do they have to get permission, or we should require it? Somebody here should know when they put in a new poll, so we can enforce that.
Right.
It's bad enough that they don't do it, on their own, but at least we have that requirement that we voted on here, and we should be making them stick to that,
Well, back about a month and a half ago, Commissioner Andy Hall asked us not to allow any more work for National Grid or Verizon or Comcast unless they started responding to his request for them to do some certain things in the city. I say we don't allow them to do another job in the city that they need our permission from until they go around and start taking care of the double poles and all the wires that are hanging throughout the city. Some little kid's going to get hurt, or someone driving down the street is going to run over one of these wires and yank down a pole or something else. It's unfair the way these utility companies treat the city. Counselor?
I remember a couple months even before that, the only way that we had a similar situation on Hobson Street, and Council Walsh saw it. It looked like a third world country. There were just wires all over the place, and we voted here to deny them doing any more work in the city until they went over there and corrected that problem, and they corrected it that week. So if that's what we have to do, I don't think it's something that we want to do as a policy, but they're sort of forcing us into that situation.
I say they get no further work permits at all until they completely, but that's up to the Light Commission to make that decision. I'm making a request from the podium here that, and obviously I'm angry, but our city looks disgusting because of that. And that is, to me, that's worse than trash. I mean, you drive down Essex Street, and there was a Verizon truck parked under the wire one day, and a Comcast truck down around 129. I ask anybody to take a ride down there and take a look at that. That wire is 5 feet off the ground. It's a 3-inch wire, and obviously it's carrying a large transmission of phone wires and cable wires through it. I don't know if it's going, I bet if it's carrying the lines to Swampscott and that line comes down, I guarantee you that line will be fixed within hours.
I agree. Could I call up Attorney Lamanna?
Sorry to keep everybody here.
You know, we've tried a few times in dealing with these utility companies. So we do have that, you know, we voted on a council order that they take one down for every one they put up. Whose job is that to ensure that happens?
I would imagine that probably the best way moving forward, when they come and ask for permission for a poll, to have them have the documentation that a poll has been taken down in accordance with your rule at that time. And if they are unprepared and do not have the documentation, perfectly valid reasons for a denial or a table. But I think they would get the message pretty quickly that you're serious about that motion.
Well, we haven't approved any double polls in a long time, since that time there. Do we know that they're not going up?
I don't know who would enforce that as far as who's going to ride around and check it.
Well, supposedly, if everybody remembers, they came here a year ago and stood in front of us and told us the big plan they have, the company that oversees this and goes out and checks all the polls. All 3 of them were here. I mean, between the poles, the wires, and the Comcast and Verizon door knockers that are going around the city, we haven't issued a license to anybody to do that. I mean, it just shows the respect they have for us, which is none. So I'm very upset, not at anybody here in this room, but, you know, I think I've made my point, so. Go ahead, Counsel.
So is there a specific situation that you was...
Every street in the city, anywhere, every ward, I mean, it's unbelievable. Any one of us could ride through any one of our wards. And I'm talking Essex Street, Arbor Street, Alden Street, Jackson Street. Even Easton Ave with what they're doing down Easton Ave. I get it, they're replacing a gas line, but they leave their trucks all over the place, piles of dirt. Traffic down there is a mess every night.
I want to... So we did call in utility companies, and we also wanted the head of ISD to come to that meeting, and nobody from the city showed up, if you remember.
Okay, so
So I would like to call them into the Utilities Committee, but I would like someone from the city to be there, because everybody points fingers at everybody else, and it becomes like ready, fire, aim. Who is in charge? So we need somebody there.
all right, so how about we do this? We'll bring the Verizon, Comcast, National Grid, anybody else who's on the polls, and Mike Donovan here to the next meeting. That's my motion.
So moved, so moved.
Seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn.
There you go.
Good job.